Now, the Russian invasion of Ukraine is in its 51st day, and there is now a possible new dimension to this conflict. In the latest, Moscow has warned Washington against supplying arms to Ukraine. This after the American President Joe Biden, remember, had announced that the United States will be sending $800 million more of military assistance to Ukraine. Now, accusing the Biden administration of adding fuel to the war, Moscow has now sent a formal diplomatic note to Washington, D.C. The note, called Démarche, which was sent through normal channels, highlighted on how the weapons that the Americans were sending to Ukraine was having an impact on the war in Ukraine. The note also suggested that the Russians were extremely concerned with the new tranche of sophisticated, high-powered offensive weaponry that the Americans wanted to supply to Ukraine. Now remember, this of course is a part of the Biden administration's $800 million package. So let's tell you as to what weapons the Biden administration is sending. It consists of 1,855mm howitzers. These are essentially artillery guns. And there are also 40,000 artillery rounds and 200 M113 armored personnel carriers and 11 Mi helicopters, 300 Switchblade drones and 500 Javelin anti-armor missiles. According to the American officials, these weapons will help the Ukrainian soldiers to fight a different style of battle in the open areas of Donbas, where the Russian forces appear to be massing up for an attack. The two-month war has severely depleted Kiev's firepower, but the Ukrainian forces continue to fiercely resist the Russian onslaught. But its armory is said to be depleted, and the Ukrainian president is pressing for an urgent delivery of these ammunitions.
Чим більше і чим швидше ми отримаємо всю зброю, яку запросили, тим сильніші будуть наші позиції, тим скоріше буде мир.
However, the Kremlin has warned that arming Ukraine with weapons can of course lead to some very unpredictable consequences, which includes targeting deliveries of weapons to eastern Ukraine. And that has of course become the recent focus of Russia's two-month-old invasion of Ukraine. This has further prompted some fresh risks of a direct Russia versus NATO confrontation. There's also some substance to the Russian threats as well. Moscow has repeatedly said that any weapon deliveries to Ukraine will be legitimate targets, which has made NATO rethink its vows of arming Ukraine. On the 13th of March, Russia, remember, had attacked a Ukrainian military base close to the alliance's border. JAVELIN base is located just 25 kilometers from the Polish border. It was struck with Russian missiles, resulting in deaths of about 35 people and injuring another 134. But ever since Ukraine has managed to thwart Moscow's advances, forcing it to redeploy its troops, but the sinking of the Russian warship Moscow in the Black Sea has of course rattled Russia. Ukraine claims the Russian naval warship was hit by an indigenous missile that Ukraine had, a claim that has got Pentagon's backing. The 510 crew missile cruiser was a symbol of Russia's military might and was of course leading its naval offensive in Ukraine, and Washington claims that the damage to the Russian warship will impact the manner in which Moscow will conduct this war further.
Again, that said, this is a cruiser. They only have 3 in this class. It's a ship that is roughly 600 feet long. It has a crew of almost more than 400, almost 500 sailors on board. And it's basically designed for air defense. That's what this ship is designed to do, not unlike our own cruisers. So it's going to have an impact on their capabilities, certainly in the near term.
But Kiev now fears a reprisal from Moscow. The Ukrainian President Zelensky has said that Russia could, of course, use tactical nuclear weapons out of frustration at battlefield setbacks, echoing comments by the CIA Director William Burns. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.